Building wealth through strategic asset management. Welcome to the Growth Universe, where we empower you with knowledge to build a brighter financial future. Assets put money in your pocket. Liabilities cost you money. The more assets you have making money for you, the richer you are. This is the fundamental rule of getting rich. That said, here are 14 assets that are making the rich even richer. Asset number 1, real estate. This is a big one. I personally love real estate for 2 reasons. 1. Rental payments. With this money comes in every month with minimal effort. Technology improvements make short-term rentals an option for higher yields, though it's less passive. 2. Appreciation, population growth means increased demand for property, driving prices up. This makes real estate a solid investment. Real estate assets can be categorized as residential buildings, rent paid by tenants. Office buildings, rent paid by businesses. Commercial buildings, rent paid by companies selling products. Land can be cultivated, developed, or left to appreciate. Important note: the house you live in is not an asset. It's a liability because it costs money without generating income. Asset number 2, bonds. Governments or businesses sometimes need cash and issue bonds, which investors can buy. Through these bonds, the issuer promises to pay the buyer a specific amount periodically. Bonds have expiry dates ranging from 1 month to 30 years. These are low-risk investments, often backed by the government, offering yearly returns around 3%. This is better than most banks, but may not excite beginner investors. Bonds can be purchased directly from the Treasury or through brokerage firms. Asset number 3, cash. Straight-up cash put in a bank deposit earns you interest. Pretty straightforward. The downside is that the interest paid by banks these days isn't even keeping up with inflation. But cash is still a priority. Apple, the company, has over $150 billion in cash reserves. That's liquidity. So, why do rich people still keep a good portion of their wealth in cash reserves? 2 reasons. Opportunity access. Being able to take advantage of opportunities that arise is crucial. Imagine the deal of your dreams is in front of you, but you don't have the money to act on it. That would be a huge missed opportunity. This is one of the main reasons rich people save cash. 2. Higher returns from cash deals. Not only do people offer better pricing for cash, but you can also lend money with high interest. This is called peer-to-peer lending. Platforms exist where you can lend your money and earn interest, far more than what banks offer. While banks pay less than 1% interest, peer-to-peer lending offers 7% to as high as 20%. However, always exercise caution. If something sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Asset number 4, stocks. Stocks are simpler than movies like The Wolf of Wall Street make them seem. They allow you to own a percentage of a publicly traded company. For example, if a business issues 10 million shares and you own 1 million, you own 10% of the company. Stocks offer the average person access to lucrative businesses with low entry barriers. Asset number 5, mutual and index funds. Mutual and index funds pool multiple companies together, so you're buying into a basket of companies. This diversification makes them safer investments. Index funds, such as the S&P 500, track the top 500 companies. Historically, the S&P 500 has delivered an annualized return of about 9.8% over the past 90 years. Vanguard S&P 500 is a top pick for many investors. Asset number 6, equipment. Anything that generates money or helps you earn faster is an asset. For instance, a tractor for a farmer, a laptop for a programmer, a car for an Uber driver. Be cautious, though. A car that doesn't contribute to your income is a liability. Have you owned any of these assets yet? Or planning to commence the journey? Share with us your favorite so far in the comments. Asset number 7, books, songs, digital courses, information, or content. Information is an incredible asset to sell because it's infinitely scalable. You write a book once and can sell it 1,000,000 times. The same goes for digital courses, songs, or any other type of informational or digital product. Creating and distributing such an asset increases not only the value of the business, but can also make you rich. Once your product is done, your job is to promote it and get it into as many hands as possible. Music offers an even more fascinating opportunity. A good example is Gangnam Style by Psy, which earned over $10 million just from YouTube and iTunes, not to mention merchandise, shows, licensing, and more. Similarly, Mariah Carey makes around $500,000 annually from her hit song, All I Want for Christmas Is You. To date, that song alone has earned her over $60 million. Asset number 8, time money time arbitrage. Here's something they don't teach in business school, but is invaluable. Even if you don't yet have the financial resources to buy the assets we are discussing, you have one asset to exchange: time. Time money time arbitrage involves using your time to generate money, then using that money to buy other people's time. This creates exponential growth as time starts working for you. Here's how it works. Identify opportunities to convert time into money. Do this consistently until you have enough money to hire others. Pay them less than what you're earning from their time and pocket the difference. This is the core of every business. Employees generate more value for the company than they are paid, and the company keeps the difference as profit. If you're just starting, trade your time for money, then use that arbitrage to build a business. Business owners understand this concept deeply, but most people don't because they don't think like business owners. Asset number 9, patents. When you invent something, you can protect it with a patent, which gives you exclusive rights. Companies must pay to use your invention, or you can sue them. Patents can be incredibly lucrative. Asset number 10, trademarks. Trademarks protect symbols, words, or phrases. Valuable trademarks can be licensed for use, generating income. A famous example is Michael Buffer, who trademarked the phrase, "Let's get ready to rumble." He has earned over $400 million from licensing it. Asset number 11, brand and goodwill. A brand reflects how a company is perceived, while goodwill represents the emotional connection people have with it. Both are valuable. For example, a simple black t-shirt costs $2, but add a Disney logo and it's worth $10.99. Asset number 12, people. People are the most valuable assets in any organization. Great teams and innovative individuals drive success. Companies often acquire startups just for their talent, a process called acqui-hiring. Hiring the right people can transform a business. Asset number 13, raw materials and commodities. The price of raw materials and commodities fluctuates and varies depending on the market. If you're smart about it, you buy when it's cheap, hold it, and sell when it's in high demand. Over the past 15 years, the price of gold has increased by 221%. This might come as a shock to most of you, but we love art as an alternative asset class. Very few people know this, but art has been outperforming the S&P for the last 20 years. This is one big reason you see the wealthy dropping huge amounts on art. It's making them even richer. The same goes for vintage cars. While your car is costing you money, some of the wealthiest people in the world are buying rare vintage cars that quickly appreciate in value. The same principle applies to other collectibles like luxury watches. However, before you blow all your money on a vintage Rolex because you read somewhere that they double in value over time, take a quick breather. Never invest in things you do not understand. It's one of the most important rules of money. Disobey it, and you'll never be rich. Asset number 14, royalties. We've touched on royalties before, but there's a whole world revolving around them. Simply put, royalties allow you to earn money from intellectual property you've created. For example, if you write a book and a movie studio buys the rights to make a TV show out of it, you receive a portion of the money generated. Take the TV show Friends as an example. The cast earned significant money during its run, but the real magic is in syndication. Even today, each cast member earns between $1 million and $20 million annually from reruns of the show. Royalties apply to anything involving intellectual property. George Lucas became a billionaire thanks to royalties. When pitching Star Wars, Fox underestimated its potential and allowed Lucas to retain licensing and merchandising rights. The movie's success led to over $3 billion in toy and merchandise sales by 2011. To recover, Disney bought Lucasfilm for $4 billion, and it took them just 6 years to recoup their investment. And there you have it, friends. Let us know which one of the assets is your favorite in the comments section below. Remember to subscribe, like, share, and see you in the next video. Until next time, stay happy, healthy, and keep growing.